Cindy, how did I know you were going to be in here ASAP? Wow, that did not stick very good. Having camera difficulties. Got to figure it out, I think. Maybe. We'll find out. We will find out, chat. We'll find out if it stays. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. All right, now we'll go in. Front of this driveway usually between these two berms likes to drift over. It's been windy, it's been blowy. We got about 6 to 8 inches over the last 2 days. The ground's already frozen early this year, which is nice. Usually we don't actually get frozen until like end of December. So you always got to be careful where you're plowing and all this jazz about your the grass and the gravel being soft, but not this year. Not this year. Is that where the bodies are hidden? God, I hope so. Or you won't find out till spring when the snow piles melt. Save some snow. We have enough to give away. We've got plenty. It is supposed to be 40 at the end of this week, I think. So I'm sure we're definitely going to lose some. But that's okay. It'll be back. Send some to Cindy. Whew. I'm not sure it wouldn't. I'm not sure it would make it there. Probably be pretty well melted. Yeah, it's not too cold. It's only, I think it's 20. What's the truck say here? 22 degrees. It was 8 degrees on Saturday with some wind that led us to a nice negative wind chill. Is this Wyoming? No, this is Michigan. Michigan. Oh yeah, all drifted, all kinds of drifted up right here. Plow on, brother. 14 in Massachusetts, not bad. Nice brisk morning. Eastern Montana, no, 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 no. I don't think the plow is gonna bend. Stainless steel is pretty tough, and snow is pretty light. Be careful next to the cars. Don't forget to double tap the screen, drop a like, help a brother out, sub to the channel. You know, all the good stuff. Easy money. Yep. Just sipping coffee, chilling in the truck. Not much else going on the farm. Just pushed a little snow. You know, the good stuff. We don't need my brights on. What time is it here? It is 3:40 in the morning. 3:40. I started at about. I left the house at 2 o'clock this morning, but I went and did some of the spots that have low cell phone service. I had to plow out one of our orchards so the guys can prune the cherry trees. And I'll tell you what, that was drifted completely over, and there had to have been. I was V plowing through about 6 feet of snow. Just watching the temperature of my transmission, just like going through 1:40 a.m. in Montana. Yep. Something will bend. The plow bends. It's a V plow. So you got that going for you. So you got that going for you. So the guy here didn't put up his plow stakes. This is our bed and breakfast that we have, that we that we own on the farm. And the guy usually puts out his plow stakes here on the asphalt part, but he didn't do that. So I don't really know where the lawn's at. So I just kind of guess and hope I don't just, if you start seeing grass flying by the window, uh, you've gone too far. That's usually a good indicator that you've gone too far. no, you're Cindy. Happy birthday. Happy belated. What I always like to tell my wife. I said, well, it might not be my birthday anymore, but it's my birthday week. And you guess how far that gets me? Just about nowhere. Gets you just about nowhere. Oh, look at the chat. So nice today. Everybody say hi to Cindy. Wish her happy birthday. Cindy watches all the way from South Africa. Have you ever hit a reindeer? No. There was one live stream last year where a deer went ripping right in front of the truck while we were going down the road. Almost hit a deer on the live stream. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why do my live streams always turn into a dating app for Cindy? Everyone is always loving on Cindy. Just scrolling, saw you a lady. Jesus Christ, these guys. Oh, just a bunch of dogs on the internet. Never make a lady feel old. I think what's lacking on the YouTube Live is them telling you when somebody subs to the channel. I think I think they're missing out on that, in my opinion. I'd love to be able to thank somebody when they sub, but they don't do that. You subbed and liked this channel. Yes, Montana. Oh, a Bears fan? Hell no. You gotta be kidding me. The Detroit Lions are falling apart. We had high hopes on the year. That's not a bad point. Only as old as you feel. Hopefully there's no traffic coming up the hill. We're just gonna send it. We're on the move. We've now arrived at our next location. The Vikings beat the Cowboys last night? Sheesh. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. Ooh. There's a little bit of snow back here. Nothing the old Duramax can't get through. It's good to see you again, too. So now they're just out here trying to ruin people's, they're just out here ruining people's playoff chances. That's all they're doing, right? Wow. I'll tell you what, gravel, when it's frozen, makes a lot of noise. Frozen gravel. Phew, Chiefs are done. That's right. And Patrick Mahomes just tore his ACL. Like Michael Parsons tore his ACL. A lot of ACL injuries on the turf fields. I'm telling you, people are not happy about that. They're blaming the turf. Now, who knows if it's true, but guys, we're real close to 8,000 subs. That's crazy. Just got married 3 weeks ago. Hell yeah. Good for you, my man. Congratulations. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Quan. 7.94. We're on the move. 60 subs. 60 subs away from 8,000. Don't eat the yellow snow. You know, it always blows me away how many people are out real early in the morning, you know? You don't really just think about how other people got to get up and be places at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. only plow with a backhoe. That's quite different. It's really not as much. It's not as much snow in this particular driveway as I thought there was going to be. Usually there's, but the wind really was whipping, and it kind of looks like it just blew right by this place. Everywhere else I've been is a lot of snow. We have a big front end loader we use to push snow at our processing plants where we do stuff with our fruit. But that's for like the big open areas. That'll take way too long with a pickup truck. You got a bob. I think doing a skid steer would be cool. But then you always think like, would I really want to run my my expensive piece of equipment like in the ice and on the salty roads and have it get all rusty? I feel like not really, but I feel like that doesn't sound fun. All right. Dame la pregunta, amigo. I have one really squeaky brake, and it's driving me nuts. One squeaky ass brake. Well, so on the farm we have two full-time mechanics, and so we don't really do any maintenance. Let me rephrase that. I don't do any maintenance on the vehicles. We have guys that do that. They work on our harvesters, all the other equipment, tractors. And the last time he did my brakes, I think I needed new rotors too, but he just put pads on. And I'm guessing that's part of my problem, but whatever. What's the temperature? 22 degrees. 22 degrees. Well, he seems cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm going to pin Cindy's comment. Let's see. How do I do that again? Pin message. Boom. Yes, don't forget to double tap too. It tells YouTube that you guys like what you see. And then they say, hey, maybe we should keep sending this to some people. Oh, it was way colder this weekend. We had our Christmas party for the farm Saturday, and boy, I was not in good shape yesterday all day. I don't know why, but the place that we have the Christmas party, it's like a big. They call it the biggest little party. So this resort, it's like an event center, does a Christmas party for a bunch of companies in one spot, big buffet, the whole shebang. And for whatever reason this year, they went real cheap on the vodka. It was like, what did they call it? The brand was called Well, and I'll tell you what, brutal, brutal on the headache. Just brutal. And I paid for it all day yesterday, and maybe a little bit today. Just hammered. Oof, really close to the building there. But I don't like to shovel, so I gotta get as close as I can. 8 inches. 8 inches or 8 degrees. All right, that's enough here. On to the next. 8 degrees. Yeah, that's chilly. It was 8 degrees with it was quite a bit of wind. I think the wind chill was down like -10 on Saturday. But after a couple drinks, you don't feel the cold. Your beer, you got the old beer blanket on. Yes, mine was definitely self-induced. Self-induced. And of course, my wife had to go out to breakfast. And you know what? No one said being hungover with a toddler was a good idea. Oh my god, the kids, they just keep going. Ah, the classic. Run your cheap vodka through the Brita filter, and it'll be like Grey Goose. Yeah, that was a tough look the other day. I was still don't think my stomach's right. But it is what it is. A lot of Montana today. What the hell are you guys doing up at 1 in the morning? 2 in the morning? Are you guys 2 hours back? Fucking daylight savings like always messes it up for me. Daylight savings. I thought Trump was trying to get rid of that. See, when houses get hid from the wind, it really nothing here. This house, the lady that lives here used to be our office lady, our record keeping for our spray program, but she retired a couple years ago. But we take care of our folks. So we still plow our driveway for her for free. And it's literally two back blades and a push to the side. I did not execute that exit well. Extra shift, as my guy at the shop says. You know, got to be efficient with your shifts when you're plowing. You know, the old timers. They only go forward and back so many times. They're not wrong, but it's four. It's four where you're at. It is four here in Michigan. I don't really like backblading that much. My boss plow doesn't have like down pressure, so it really drifts up. You gotta push into it, then backblade it, then push into it, and then backblade it. You gotta do it multiple times. But when there's not that much snow like there, you can get away with just a couple big drags. Pushing's definitely better. Oh, it's up to 24 degrees now. It's heating up. This road that I'm backing onto is like a super busy road during the day. So my wife used to always ask me, why do you get up so early and go plow? You know, and one might think it's about the people, it's about the customers. Hell no. I don't want to have to wait for cars when I'm backing out onto a major road. It's not about the people. Ay, claro, Pablo. Pinche trabajando con madres. Ay, pinche nieve. Oh, this grass never freezes right here, and I just took a chunk. Wisdom. It's not about the customers. It's about the ease. There's a telephone pole back there. Sometimes I forget about it when I'm here, and I get a little. Sometimes you get a little out of control. So what? This guy over here in the next house that we're going to, it's like he doesn't have a care in the world how much his electric bill is. That guy's lights are always on, always on in his house. Like, what are you doing, guy? All right. That house, there's that truck back there, but this is like a little side house off of one of our other company houses. And traditionally, it's usually empty in the winter. But the last like 2-3 years, we've had this one guy who kind of comes and goes based on his work. And the water line that goes to the house goes right underneath the driveway. So I can't plow all the way up to the house because I'll drive the frost down into the ground and into that down into that water line, and that causes its own issues. So this guy always has to walk to his house where he shovels a bunch. but that's okay. Used to drive a semi for Coca-Cola. Nice. You know what's kind of crazy about farming in Michigan, at least, is that we are able to drive like a regular semi um, without any CDL. So as long as it has a farm plate in Michigan, without a CDL, I could jump in a 53-foot semi. Oh, that's a great spot to park your car. I could park, or I could drive a regular full semi that you would see anywhere else, anywhere in the state of Michigan, without a single CDL class. No, that's pretty crazy, huh? That's pretty crazy. We may have gotten off the driveway a little bit. We didn't get all of the plow stakes out before the first snow, and then we ground froze. So now sometimes I'm just kind of feeling it out, right? Like I said earlier, it's all good until you see grass flying by the window. Then you're like, whoops. Oh, Jesus. Dun, dun, dun. Lay of the land. Well, and then some people have nice paved driveways, but the grass on the sides of the driveway is 8 inches taller than the actual driveway. So it makes it real hard when you have a narrow driveway. And I have a big, I think it's a 9 foot two plow. So it doesn't take long for that to get off the driveway, and then boy does it cause a problem quick. Boy does it cause a quick problem. All right, that's enough here. Now we're gonna go through a little valley over here, and it usually has pretty poor cell service. So if it pauses, don't go anywhere. We'll come out of it, and we'll be back. What plow are you pushing? Looks like a Snow X V plow. It's a Boss 9 foot two stainless steel V plow. Big Boss guys around here. Is it back? Ah, good. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we go through a little bit of a low service spot. Cindy's always got something going on. Holy cow, it just got really hot in here when I put the window up. Western, woo! 11-footer. Is that without attached like slide outs or wings? All good. It always gets a little spotty going through that one spot. Always gets a little spotty. With the wings, yeah. We probably don't need plows as big as this until we go to plow out the orchards for the guys pruning the trees. That's when it comes in handy to have a nice big V plow. I love the V plow. The cleanup's easier. Just got here. Where are we? Michigan. Northern Michigan. Oh, the Amigos put a treadmill out front. Yankee. I love seeing it when people come from other people's channels and come hang out. Pablo doesn't want to. Pablo doesn't want to clean up the grass. One of my summer contracted labor guys from Mexico is in the chat, and he takes care of the lawns for all of our properties. And that's funny he says that because he knows if I just destroy the lawn or the grass or put a bunch of gravel in the yard, he'll be shoveling it out come April. Be very careful. He doesn't want the extra work. it's just a little job security. Just a little job security. You know what's a big pain in the butt is roundabout circle driveways. Oh my goodness, the absolute worst. Bubba, hello, welcome. We're plowing snow. We're just pushing some snow around in Michigan. Just plowing some snow. Gotta keep the dumpster cleared out. If they don't come pick it up and they say there was snow in the way, they don't like that. And then they don't come back to get it after you clean it. You gotta wait another week. I gotta clear the snow off that door. Can't see shit. Michigan, dang, it's late for y'all. I was wondering what time it is. It's 4 in the morning. East Grand Fork. Many years ago. Where's that at? Ah, North Dakota. A lot of folks from out west today. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes we get a lot of folks from Europe. Sometimes we get a lot of folks from the east. So you guys just not going to bed yet? Out west? Till 1 or 2 in the morning out there? In South Africa, it is 11:30 in the morning. You live in Houston, Texas now. Gotta get out of the heat, back to the cold. Talk about a change of scenery. Talk about a change of scenery. You don't hear that very often. People saying they miss the snow. You don't see that very often. Yeah, it doesn't take long before you get sick of it. I'm just an old veteran. Just wants to be left alone. Give him some snow. And leave him alone. If you wanted a Waffle House, uh, if that question's intended for me, I've never been in a fight at a Waffle House. We don't have Waffle Houses this far north in Michigan. I don't even know where the closest IHOP is. We have a Denny's, but it's absolute dog shit. There's like people ODing in the bathroom. Service is terrible. I don't know how it's still there. It's the winter. Yeah, that happens. We have arrived at our next destination. Sometimes it gets too hot. I got to put on my cooled seats in the truck as I get too sweaty. First world problems, huh? All right, now we'll go up to the house. Hello from Alberta, Canada. Woo. Negative 31 degrees Celsius. My guy, that is chilly. Now I'm cold. Now my butt's cold. God damn. Can't make up. Just can't get the minds made up. You know, there's some spots where it's like smaller truck, but not right now. Definitely some driveways. Might be able to make some easier turns, maybe a little less Austin power in the middle of a driveway. But hey, what can you do? Well, but hey, what can you do? Mother Nature makes it. We had some freezing rain the other day. That was those things interesting. All right, Bulldog, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the conversation. Guys, if you're new here, don't forget to double tap the screen, drop a like, sub to the channel so you get notified when we go live. Usually go live while we're plowing snow. We run some equipment in the off season here. Pull some trees out with an excavator, always fun to see. Thank you, I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. Thanks for following. Thanks for subbing. The road to 8,000. The road to 8K. Peyton, what's up? Welcome. Keeps you humble like an Italian grandma with a wood spoon.